So what actually differentiates industries from each other? I hear it all the time. Oh, I'm a realtor, I'm the best around, or I'm a mortgage broker, I'm the best around. In all reality, they're all pretty much the same because they're all regulated by the same rules. So the question becomes, how do you differentiate yourself from each other? And that's more likely visibility. So head over to NHBusinessShow.com/funnels and let me show you how you can get yourself in front of your audience, targeted to create more sales for yourself so you can prove you are the best. Hello everyone and welcome back to the New Hampshire Business Show. My name is Chris Pastrana and today we're here with Bryan Coulombe from Tailored Living featuring Premier Garage.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Good. How are you today?
Good. So let's get everything rolling. Tell me a little bit about yourself and then the business.
Sure, absolutely. So I'm an entrepreneur and decided to dive in and start my own business and started the Tailored Living featuring Premier Garage of New Hampshire piece. I come from a corporate background. My background is in engineering and wanted to have a stab at being an entrepreneur, see how that'll work out, try something different.
Yeah.
And that's, I was looking around at some different businesses and came across this one. Looked like a great opportunity. I like to work with my hands and like working with people. And this just seemed like a natural fit.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. So what is it you guys do?
So we do custom closets, pantries, really any space of the home that people are looking to make better use of the space that's available to them. And then we also do garage cabinets and epoxy flooring for garages, basements, and commercial work.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I see a lot of those epoxy things online because they're pretty popular. Well, they're getting pretty popular.
Yeah, very popular. I think when I first started doing it, I was like, people might have an interest in this. It seems kind of cool. And then people are asking about this all the time. New applications. It's pretty cool to see it go from very little known to really well known.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yes, let's get into it. You said, I think beforehand, you said you guys were a franchise?
We are. Yeah, we are a franchise. So essentially I've got the New Hampshire territory piece, if you will.
Yeah.
And since I've started back in 2013, we've got a guy that opened up in Maine, in Portland, Maine, and then another guy that's recently opened up in Vermont.
Okay.
So for the New England region, that kind of works out pretty good. They're great guys. We work well together, so we've got a pretty wide area of coverage to help people out.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So is it kind of you handle New Hampshire, and then if anyone from out of state comes to you, you kind of refer them out to the other people, or?
Yeah, it all kind of farms in together.
Yeah.
Obviously, if somebody's living in Portland, they'll be able to get in touch, Portland, Maine, to the guy that's up there, Chris Holdridge.
Yeah.
And similarly to Vermont.
Okay, cool. I like it. So now, I always ask a question, but those epoxy floors, are they healthy, safe?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the question,
yeah. Are they healthy, safe?
Yeah.
There's so many different products that are out there. They are pretty low VOC. Some of them stink really bad. Some of them don't. We try to go towards the ones that don't stink really bad. And, once they're cured, it completely seals the floor.
Yeah.
So you can just take a hose, rinse it out. It's a really cool application, completely food safe.
Wow.
You can get into it's safe for pets, animals, with the claws and stuff. It won't damage the floor, it won't hurt their paws, and then it's very easy to clean. So like in vet clinics, it's a pretty popular application.
Yeah. All right, it's cool. Yeah, because I was just curious. But, I was thinking of questions beforehand, and I was like, well, that's usually a pretty good one. Is it? How safe is it? Because that's on everyone's mind.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's safe. Once it's cured, it's completely safe.
Yeah.
There's even people out there. We don't do them, but there's epoxy countertops.
Okay.
Where you can put epoxy on a countertop.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've seen some of those where it's like thousands of pennies, and then they epoxy over it and they make like a table or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
really cool. There's really a lot of different things you can do with them.
Yeah.
I got one to look like wood, like
that's
when it
pretty
was
cool.
done. Yeah, we had a client ask us, it was an old carriage house, and he wanted to maintain the look of the carriage house, but seal the floor.
Yeah.
And he challenged us to get it to look like wood, and a little bit of hemming and hawing and scratching our head and practicing. We nailed it, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah. That seems complicated. Trying to get a floor to, especially like epoxy, which is clear, isn't it?
You can tint it.
Okay.
You can also throw like different types of aggregate, like pennies could be considered an aggregate.
Okay.
There's sand, there's flakes, there's quartz granules, there's pigments, so you can also get it to look like marble.
Okay. Yeah.
Really a lot of different things you can do with it.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive. And then figuring it out and actually doing it, I can only imagine.
You know, when I first looked at doing epoxy floors,
Yeah.
I thought it was a very straightforward. I think everybody kind of looks at it the same way. It's just painting a floor or just applying paint.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start doing it, it's a completely different ball game. It's not like you can crack the can and you talk with your buddy and spread it out. It's you crack the can, you mix them, and you've got anywhere from 2 to maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes to spread it out and get it to do what you want to do. Otherwise, you got to let it cure, go back, fix it. And so it's a rather interesting process. So we're one part artist, one part chemist with this stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. It's very challenging.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like it, because just thinking on the top of my head, like making it even would probably, because if you let too much of it sit in one area, it could probably do crazy things with the floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's hard.
Have an inconsistent look. If you leave pools of it, and if it's too thick, it can bubble on itself. It can get cloudy. There's like a whole bunch of things you need to understand for each of these chemicals on what their limitations are and how to use them.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
You had mentioned earlier that it was safe, for your pets and stuff. And that brings up a question, like, what's the lifespan of one of the floors once it's done?
When we talk with our clients, we tell them that it should be the last floor that they should have to worry about. Yeah.
Oh.
Aside from wear and tear, if it's a real heavy-duty floor, there may be a recoating that may be required after, 5 or 10 years. But for the average homeowner in a garage, it should be the last floor that they really ever have to worry about.
Well, unless they decide to change it, but
change the color or something.
Yeah, so they shouldn't have to worry about that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's I'm assuming, I don't know how much it costs, but I'm assuming that would be pretty cost effective over time.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've all seen the kits in Home Depot or whatever, and those are priced, for the do-it-yourself person, and the stuff that we use is entirely different. And the prep work is what is really the key to getting it to stay and to stick for that long of time.
Yeah, because you had said if you have 5-10 something minutes to get it down, then I'm assuming you don't want to be fiddling with things after you start. Like, it needs to be clear and clean and all of that.
Yeah.
So
It's coming from the corporate world where I didn't like process. I really love process now.
Yeah.
Because you have to have a repeatable process where the outcome is duplicated and expected for our clients. Yeah.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. What was I going to say? I forgot the next part. So, we've talked about flooring the entire time. Let's talk a little bit about the cabinets and the other stuff you do.
Yeah. So, the cabinetry piece is really almost a separate business in of itself. There's so much you can do with it, especially here in New England, where homes have many unique spaces, unique challenges. It's pretty cool being able to convert somebody's space that they've been living with for a long time, that's been inefficient. Their favorite dress they can't see, or it's always wrinkled because there wasn't a place to properly store it, and it needs to be stored correctly, and you designed something for them. They're able to do that, take that dress, move those shoes, clean up the floor, make it a part of the room, and it's like they come to life. I mean, it's great for anybody who's looking to just clear clutter.
Yeah, it's really good, because I'm just thinking about my house, and it's not as old as some of the places in New England, but now, would you just kind of take a blank wall and do that, or would you be talking inside of existing closets already? Like, kind of, what's the range on these things?
Really, either of those, both of those.
Yeah.
Any space. It could be a blank wall. It could be a little nook under the stairs that they're trying to just capture more space of. It could be like a pantry where, they've just built the house and they put in those wire racks because they were quick from the builder, and they're falling apart, falling off the wall. So they want to get those cleaned out. We can come in and do all of those. We can add doors, drawers, decorative pieces, organizational pieces. It's amazing at how many specialty items there are out there that you can purchase specifically for a closet, a pantry, or a garage.
Yeah.
All these specialty inserts to organize utensil, shoes, scarves, hammers. It's come a long ways. It's almost like coming of age, growing up in this industry.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is.
And almost just watching technology just kind of expanded and completely changed. Like you said, with the expansion of technology, we've been able to create things way different than we used to. It used to be just like a closet, but now it's like you can make any type of thing you want. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's really up to the designer and the requirements and what they're looking to do.
Yeah. So, So someone, reaches out, they want to do something with a space in their house. Do you typically go in, take a look at it, and talk to them, or do you have someone that goes out to plan it all first, and they give you the what they want? Like, how does the process usually work?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because a lot of times people have never done this before.
Yeah.
So generally, they'll call us up. We'll come on down for a free in-home consultation. Mm-hmm. We'll get some measurements of the space, and we'll talk to them about how they want to use the space, because that's the most important part. A lot of our clients will do some research on Pinterest or some other online kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of get an idea of what they're looking for, but it's really how they want to use the space. And then that's where the consultation piece comes in.
Yeah.
Is understanding, well, how many pairs of shoes do you have, Mrs. Jones? And how would you like to display them? Because Mrs. Jones may want to see them, whereas Mrs. Smith, just can put them in a drawer, close it, and be completely happy with that.
Yeah.
So the customization piece in this world is really key in focusing on our clients on what they want and how they would like to use the space.
Yeah.
And then it kind of flips over to the same thing, generally with guys in garages, but increasingly a lot of women are calling and asking about garages as well, because the garage is the front door to the home. I mean, how many of us really use the front door to actually go in and out?
Yeah.
So when you're coming home, you pull into the garage, you got the bikes, the lawnmower, the trash barrels, right?
Yeah, all the stuff.
And when your friends come over, they generally go through that same area to get in. So what we do is we can come in, completely transform that space into a welcoming front door. You put the epoxy floor down, you get some cabinetry in place to organize everything, get the bikes off the ground, put the lawnmower in a nice dedicated spot, get the barrels out of the way. So when you're coming home, you're not already stressed when you open up that garage door and you're like, oh, where am I going to park? How am I going to open up the door?
Yeah.
I got groceries. I got to get the kids ready. We can help take care of all of that. So it's a stress-free process as well as environment in the garage.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break here for our sponsors. So everyone hold right tight. Hold right on. That's weird. Hold right tight.
Hold right tight.
So if you want access to some really inexpensive but really cool marketing, send me a message at NHBusinessShow@gmail.com and we'll get you on my business board wall. As you can see, it's right over there. And it's a little billboard we have here in the office that we put our business cards up on for $20 a year. And you'll be over there for everyone to see when they come into the show. So if that's interesting to you, shoot me an email and I'll tell you how to get up on the wall. So I'm really excited to show you guys my website. I keep saying that every week, but it keeps being true, you know. We're putting all the final touches together so I can put everything out there. I'm doing the wording, and I have a photo shoot coming up in here in a couple weeks to kind of build some more of it. So I'm really excited to show you all. It's going to be amazing. And if you need a new website for yourself, head over to nhbusinessshow.com/ZimVentures to see how we can help you out too.
I like that question about the process. That was a really good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, it really was, because a lot of people have that kind of thing. Like, how the hell does this work? Like, they don't know.
Yeah, and when you get into customizing, it gets, things can get kind of tricky.
Yes.
Because you're also playing on, there's kind of this weird area where they're trying to figure out what they're picturing in their head.
Yeah.
And then before they commit to something, they kind of want to see it, but you kind of can't because it's cabinets. So they're worried, like, is my vision coming across properly to the person? And so I could definitely see the stress there.
Well, we have a 3D CAD.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Program, so we can show them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You can ask that question again if you'd like.
No, it's running. I mean,
is it really?
Yeah.
So you're just going to edit it anyway. So yeah, as part of the in-home consultation, we will draw up their space using a 3D CAD system, so they will actually see the space.
Yeah.
And I do that so that way they can be a part of the design process.
Nice.
So that way they can say, you know what, I might need a little more shelving for some shoes. I might need a few more drawers. Can you make this a little bit taller, a little bit wider? I'd like to see what that looks like. And we do a good job of getting all of that into the computer, showing it to them. That way it builds their confidence when they actually want to sign the contract.
Yeah.
And say, hey, Mrs. Jones, this is what you've signed up for, the design. We give them the design once we've signed up on the contract. And in the end, that should all match. And that's where the confidence comes in. And that's we've been really proud to be able to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's one of those things where anytime you can kind of help show them the finished product, it helps you with that process.
Yeah.
Because it's so personally for me, I sell cars on the side.
Okay.
It's kind of my day job, and it's easy for me to sell a car because it's sitting right there. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm showing it to them, they can see it, they can feel it, they can play with it. But selling something that doesn't exist, or it's just a thought in your head, like you said, it can definitely be tricky.
Yeah.
And being able to show them that finished product is like a huge selling point, and definitely would help.
Yeah. And we have a basically a portfolio that we show them as well. These are some projects that we've done, and so they might be concerned about shoe storage, and we can show them different ways on how to store shoes that we've built. Kind of get the juices flowing, get them to start thinking creatively. And I always like to tell people that we're meeting with that it's a two-way street. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't like something. So that kind of helps me too. Like, if they have a visceral response to a design or a product, then that helps kind of steer us into a particular direction just as much as something as that they might like. Kind of helps to narrow that gap.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's definitely, going back to just traditional sales techniques, it's definitely one of the ones that, when they're like, oh no, I want that, it helps a little bit.
Yes.
And just getting people honest up front is, one, it can be tricky.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, stop lying. And, well, not lying, but, people are afraid to, like you said, they're afraid to hurt your feelings almost. And it's weird. I'm like, no, I'm here to help you. Like,
right.
If you don't like it, don't just be like, yeah, I kind of like it. Let me go think about it. Right. No, if you don't like it, just say you don't like it. It's perfectly fine. I can help you find something.
And let's fix it right now.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting, instead of thinking about it,
yeah.
let's fix it right now. Like, let's get this from a state of you currently don't like the room that you have.
Yeah.
We have a design that you may or may not like, and if you don't like it, let's fix it now.
Yeah.
And get it to a point where you do not only like it, but you love it.
Yeah.
So you can't wait to get this cabinetry system installed or this epoxy floor. And a lot of times, as soon as we're done with the cabinetry, our clients are already right behind us, filling it with their favorite shoes or favorite clothes. Like, I can't believe it. I can finally get this stuff off the floor.
Yeah.
And my installers absolutely love that. I love that. When we're done, the reaction from the client is that we've really helped to change lives in an everyday type of fashion. Roofs and siding, it's very important to your house. But when you're done, or when the project is done, it's like, oh yeah, that's nice, and you just kind of go on about your business.
Yeah.
For closets, garages, and these nook spaces, you're using it every day, so you feel it. You feel the impact that it has on you every day, which is really cool.
Yeah. My mom recently did a bunch of renovations to her kitchen, but it generally turned, as I say a bunch of renovations, it was pretty much, they took the old, what do you call that stuff, like the paper, was it?
For like the bottom trays?
Yeah, no, it's like the wall, like wallpaper.
Oh, wallpaper.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I couldn't remember the word. It's literally wallpaper. And they took the wallpaper off and painted and did a bunch of stuff. And, for the thousands of dollars she paid to have the entire room done, it didn't look all that different when it finished. So I laugh. But I guess the point is that in this situation, when you're done paying, the room looks, feels, and functions differently. Yeah. So it'll probably have a much larger impact than, painting the walls and, like you said, the siding and stuff. Yeah. And it kind of would help the process.
Yeah.
Or at least help afterwards.
There's almost like an emotional tie to it. And I think that's what we experience a lot of. Mm-hmm. For closets, they've got an area that has always been painful for them to get dressed every day.
Yeah.
They hate that corner because their favorite shirts are stacked 15, 20 high. You can't get to the bottom because it's wrinkled, or you pull it out, everything tumbles down, and you're late for work, and the kids are crying, and you got to get them off to work, or off to daycare so you can go to work. Being able to come in and go from that to, here's my favorite shirt, I'm wearing it, I can open up the door freely, nothing's falling on top of me, I get my favorite shoes, I'm dressed, I'm ready to go, makes a big difference on people's lives.
Yeah. And it's also, I think another really good point is I spoke with an interior designer on the show last year, and we were talking about essentially when you're getting ready to buy a house, plan for one that, as you get older, is able to accommodate you as you get older. So, kind of keep that in mind if you're buying your forever house, that, when you're 30, you can do a lot of things you can't do when you're 60 or 70, right? And I think, a really good point to this whole thing is your house is customizable. Yeah. Some people think about houses, you can't change it, but you can. Yeah. And especially in, the entrepreneur world with sales and money, it's just money. You can make more, go sell more. Right. So fixing your house up isn't a big deal, Right. And back to the point I was originally going to make, as you get older, you're right. You might not want to deal with all the same things you've been dealing with 30 something years that just don't make sense. So change it in a way that will now accommodate you that you're 60 years older or whatever. And you can do that with your house, and as long as you're not afraid to let go of the old
Right.
design.
That's a really good point. We have an increasing clientele base that is the baby boomers that are retiring, that are downsizing, going from the 4-bedroom home to a 2-bedroom, single story type of plan. And we do Murphy beds as well. And so the Murphy bed is a great way to maximize the space, because you can convert that second bedroom from a guest room to an office.
That's cool.
The guests come maybe 2-3 times a year. Instead of taking up 100 square feet of floor, you fold it up and out of the way, and you've got your office.
That's pretty cool.
And so it's really neat. Those have been coming back for some time.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Because you're right. I think New Hampshire and Florida have pretty sizable, population of people over 50.
Yeah.
So, they don't need those giant houses, and that would be a great, solution for people who, they still have family that comes back every once in a while, and but maybe they're starting a business, which a lot of my audience is in that position where they hit their 30s, 40s, 50s, and then they're like, I'm tired of working for other people. Either retire or move into the entrepreneurial world in little places, and that would be a great way to you can have a home office and still be able to accommodate someone else without a bigger house. So that's pretty cool.
And I think with a lot of the things that we do, it's all about accommodating what you currently have, and making better use of what you've got, rather than, well, I'm a bedroom short, so I'll just go buy another house.
Yeah,
those days are gone.
That's a really big change to make, because I want one more room in the house, so let's go through the loan process to do this and to do this and to add another $50,000-$60,000 worth of debt. Absolutely. When let's throw in a Murphy bed and no, we're done.
Right.
So maybe, I don't know, $10,000 or however much, and you're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh man. So people that want to reach out, get in touch with you, maybe set up a consultation or something. How do they do it?
Yeah, they can give us a call. I don't know if I should say the number now. So it's 603-232-0117. We are on Facebook. You can also find us online if you just Google Tailored Living NH. You'll be able to find us. And we also have a showroom, so if people want to come down, take a look at some of the projects that we've done, or talked with me, or want to talk to me about some thoughts or ideas that they might have, it's by appointment only. You can set something up to come on down, and we're right off South Willow Street in Manchester.
Cool. Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for joining me on the show today. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it has. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to have the last word from our sponsors, and everyone have a good day. If you're going to be successful as an entrepreneur, you need to know how to sell. So you need that education. Head over to NHBusinessShow.com/Lamore to get started on your sales training today. The Gold Mine system is awesome. I've been through it myself. It teaches you a lot of fantastic things on how to sell. And because you benefit from essentially, you get 25% off the system. So the code is NHBS25, and you get 25% off the Gold Mine system.